Hey, how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, back down in the basement home gym for a leg workout this time. And this workout, I'm going to be focusing on training the quadriceps and the hamstrings using positions of flexion, which basically means that we're going to do exercises for all three ranges of motion, the mid-range, the fully stretched, and the peak contraction. And this is going to give you an awesome pump throughout the quads and the hamstrings and help to pack on some mass to your legs. So let's just jump right to it. Positions of flexion, leg workout.
And we're going to start the leg workout with barbell squats. And this is arguably the best leg exercise that you can do. It's going to work the quadriceps, it's going to work the hamstrings, and it's going to work your hips, glutes, core, lower back. Basically, all your major muscle groups are going to come into play to some degree or another, either as major working muscles or secondary supporting muscles as you're doing the squat. So it's a fantastic exercise. With this one, I want you to start off light and work your way up with several progressively heavier warm-up sets. This is a common theme here, and it's critical that you do so. Don't skimp on those warm-ups. They're going to help to prevent injury, and they're going to help you to master proper technique. Now, when I get up to my top working weight set, I like to wear a weightlifting belt just to help to stabilize and support the core for some extra support. And with this one, we're going to do 3 sets of around 8 to 10 repetitions. Now, if you'd like to get some more technique tips with performing the squat, I have a full video breakdown posted up on my YouTube channel called the Squat Technique Critique. And I'll have a link to that video down in the video description below if you want to check it out. Or you can click on the annotation on your screen and see that video. And again, it just goes into detail, breaking down the squat and covering some critical areas that you really want to focus on when doing this exercise. Now we're going to do a fully stretched exercise for the quadriceps with the Sissy Squat. And this is a unique body weight squat variation. Now there's a couple different ways of going about it, but the way that I'm showing you here on the video will allow you to do this exercise without any special equipment whatsoever. In fact, you can just literally do it right in the squat rack after you finish doing your barbell squats. Now to set up for this movement, you need to position your feet under the barbell, get up on the balls of your feet, right up on your tippy toes, hold on to the barbell and use your hands basically as hooks just to prevent yourself from falling backwards. Try not to assist yourself more than necessary with your hands during this exercise. Now the key here is to flex your glutes, keep your back tight so that your thighs and your back is all one straight line, and just bend your knees and lower your body down. And this is going to stretch out your quadriceps, really give you that strict isolation in those quadriceps. So you're taking a lot of the other muscles that normally come into play when you're squatting. You're taking those out of the game, and you're just doing an isolation move for the quadriceps. So again, it's a very strict exercise, very difficult. You're not going to need to use any extra weight with this one. Just use your body weight and perform as many repetitions as you can. So shoot for at least 10 reps a set, and if you can do more, then by all means do them. And work up to 3 to 4 sets of as many reps as you can do. Next up in the workout, we're going to do the stiff leg deadlift, which is a fully stretched exercise for the hamstrings. Now with this movement, it's kind of like bending over and touching your toes with weight. That's kind of the motion that you want to visualize. So this is a stretching exercise, it's not a power exercise. It's not like doing a conventional deadlift where you're going to try and see how much weight you can lift. Here you want to keep the weight moderate and really focus on going through that full range of motion and getting a good stretch throughout the hamstrings. So as you set up for this exercise, keep your legs straight but have a slight bend in the knees just to help to take some of the strain off the tendons and ligaments around the knee joint. As you lower the weight down, let your butt travel backwards a little bit, and this will help to stretch out the glutes, stretch out the hamstrings, and lower the weight down as far as you can while maintaining good form. Try not to let your lower back round as you're doing this exercise. You want to maintain a flat back and really focus on keeping that tension throughout the glutes and hamstrings. Now a little tip that'll help you to get a better stretch is to use smaller weight plates on the barbell. So rather than using the typical 45-pound weight plates, I'm using 25-pound plates because they're smaller in diameter and they allow me to go through a deeper range of motion lowering the barbell closer to the floor without the weight plates touching. So for this exercise, I want you to work up to doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Now we're going to do a peak contraction exercise for the quadriceps with the leg extension. And you'll notice throughout this workout, I like to alternate back and forth between doing a quadricep exercise and a hamstring exercise. And I find that this just helps to balance out the workload and to keep your strength and energy higher as you're training your legs. So you might want to do this yourself. Rather than doing all your quad exercises and then all your hamstring exercises, just work them back to back as an agonist-antagonist muscle group pairing. So with the leg extension, what we're going to do is focus on using moderate weight, really strict form, and holding that peak contraction. Now, I know this exercise kind of gets a bad rap from some people. A lot of people say that it's bad on the knees and things like that, but it really depends on how you do the exercise. If you use moderate weight, slow and controlled form, and really focus on making your quadriceps flex and contract and do the work, rather than simply trying to swing and use momentum to do the exercise, there's a lot less strain on the joint and more muscle activation. So it's not necessarily a bad exercise, it's just how you do it. When you're doing isolation exercises, leave your ego at the door and focus on working the muscles. Focus on feeling them stretch and contract with each repetition, using controlled form, and avoid the temptation to swing and use momentum as you're doing the movement. And if you do this, there's going to be a lot less aches, pains, and strains in the joints, and a lot more growth in the muscles themselves. So for the leg extension, work up to doing 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. And now we're going to finish off the leg workout with the lying leg curl. And this is a peak contraction exercise for the hamstrings. Now, pretty much everything that I just covered with regards to the leg extension can also be carried over and applied to the leg curl. This is an isolation move, it's a peak contraction exercise, it's not a power move. So instead of trying to move heavy weight with swinging and momentum, just slow down your tempo and really focus on feeling your hamstrings stretch and contract with each repetition. The hamstring muscle is basically the leg bicep. That's what a lot of people actually refer to it as. So just think of it the same as you would if you're training your actual biceps. You want to focus on really feeling those biceps contract with each repetition. And you want to do the exact same thing here as you're doing the leg curl. Think of it as a concentration curl for your hamstrings. So slow tempo, really focus on feeling those muscles contract with each repetition, and you'll get better results because of it. So for this exercise, work your way up to 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. And to quickly recap the leg workout, we started things off with the barbell squat for 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions, followed by the Sissy Squat to stretch out the quadriceps, 3 sets of 10 plus reps, and then we did stiff leg deadlifts to stretch out the hamstrings for 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. After that, we did the leg extension as a peak contraction quadricep exercise for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. And we finished things off with the lying leg curl for 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps as a peak contraction hamstring exercise. So there you go. That concludes the leg workout. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please go ahead and post those down in the comment section below, and I'll chat with you down there. And if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the Total Fitness Bodybuilding YouTube channel so that you can stay up to date with all my latest training videos. And there's just one more thing. In this leg workout, I didn't do any direct calf training. So to help pump up the calves, I'm going to have my feet dance across the pedals of my driving simulator and do a virtual lap of the Nürburgring. So this is going to serve as my quote-unquote calf training, and it's a great way to finish off a workout. Enjoy.